What's the weirdest thing you said about a woman you were madly in love with? Personal experience from a dude who was very in love with me. He said my ass tasted like bubble gum. Everyone who heard that just said he was love-struck. Men say the weirdest shit when they're in love. Yeah, you're the only person in the world whose farts don't smell. Judging by half what I'm reading, I'm pretty sure I've never been in love. One of my ex was a good cook. So one day she made me a noodle that was fucking good. After dinner we went to bedroom and started doing it. While she was riding me, she asked me how it feels. I asked was great baby, but not as good as noodle you made. You will have to work hard to beat that bowl of noodle. She just stopped and started laughing with tears. Lol. When we're not together I feel like I'm drowning. TBH, that was indeed exactly how I felt. Every time I see her I forget whatever it was I was upset with her for, and my heart just melts because her smile is irresistible. Don't worry, she loves me back too much to take advantage of this. I would know. I'm highly self-aware. That's why I love you. You're prickly. She walks like she's going to fuck someone up. I suppose I don't taste like bubblegum. I was weirdly interested and enamored by the shape of her head, so I told her so. She thought it was weird at first, but since it was such an honest compliment that she really liked it later. When I was hugging her very tight, I told her I wanted to crush her into powder, mix her into water, and drink her macron tsu macron. It's so fucking hot when she picked the worms up and talks to them. I asked one of her best friends how to make her horny with me, man face palming. One of the highlights was probably me explaining why I suddenly started laughing from a thought process I was thinking about how much I love you, and then I farted, so I think that's my butt saying it loves you as well. Other than the sudden urge to pee, you're the reason I wake up in the morning. I'm a call into work today, and you're gonna lay right here, and I'ma make out with your pussy like two teenagers under the bleachers in gym class. If I could draw my type, I still wouldn't be able to draw it as beautiful as you are. He is either love-struck, or might be having a stroke. I often go to food analogies when trying to describe my attraction to her juicy, ripe, succulent, sweet, delicious, scrumptious, tasty ginger cake curves. A guy I was seeing told me he fancied me so much he'd lick my eyeballs. Woman shrugging. That her burps were the hottest thing I have ever heard. Oh, was lying, but she was so fucking pretty. I remember saying that she was too nice to another friend of mine. This was early on when I didn't even know her that well and was convinced I was bored. Then go figure, a year later I was completely head over heels and adored everything about her. Like, Jesus, I had no idea how amazing of a person she was and how much I needed someone like that. My friends used to make fun of how much I adored her too, but God, she deserved the world. Based on her reaction at the time we just started dating, when I told my wife I was into chastity play, she could not understand why a man would want to do something like that to himself. Needless to say, she's fucking awesome and gets into pretty much whatever makes me happy. We're about to hit our 6-year anniversary, and we're still like a couple of horny, degenerate teenagers, lol. I told her how every part of her face and body was like a different natural occurrence, like her gold green eyes being just like the way the sun shines through seawater in the morning, etc. She deserves the world and I still think about her every day. I got what was what coming for acting the way I did. My ex used to be quite insecure about various things regarding our relationship, including my faithfulness to her. Looking back now, I should have just ended things and just stayed friends, considering how unhealthy it was. But considering how much I liked her, I used to make her do this weird practice with me where I'd make her tell me that I belonged to her and I was her property or whatever. It was my way of trying to make her feel confident in the relationship, and it did sort of work. Really not my style, and even in the moment I kinda knew it was cringe, but hey, love is one hell of a drug. Reminds me of the infamous "you like that, you retard?" of Reddit lore. I don't have the words, so please listen to this mixtape. Oh, to be young and dumb again. Farewell, halcyon days. That I wanna suck on her titties till milk come out. I'd drag my balls over a mile of broken glass just to sniff the tire tracks of the truck that carried off her worn panties. Last night, I said to my wife of 15 years as she lifted my shirt off and told me to lie face down on the couch. Picking the blackheads off my back is your way of having sex with me without having sex with me. Yes, I'm madly in love with her. And she just winked and smiled because she knew it was true. Probably that I dragged my dick through glass to fuck her. The only way to find out if what this man said was true or if he was truly just love-struck is to let a couple of us taste your ass. For science purposes only, of course. She would never cheat on me. Silly me. We were heading to a hotel we were sharing with friends in downtown LA. We had already been pre-gaming a bit. We were sitting thigh to thigh, my right hand with her left. I said to her I want my bones to be buried next to yours. She said it was the sweetest thing anybody has ever said to her. Partied hard that night, have a picture with her before going out still. Hardcore love of my life experience. Sadly it all came crashing down, much like chasing Amy. I'm not a dude, but the weirdest thing my husband said was while I was riding him, he out of nowhere says it's so warm I couldn't help but die laughing. I collapsed on his chest, still on top of him, laughing my ass off, smiley face. I thought you were ugly when we first met, but I think you're hot now in an ugly way. I don't think I've ever said anything outrageous, but my ex once asked me if she could hold my dick while I pissed so she could see how difficult it was to aim. So once day I let her hold my dick as I pissed and she did a decent job at aiming. At the end she looked me in the eyes while smiling, and said I pissed you. That I'd suck a fart out of her arse. I want you to wrap your legs around my head and wear you around like a feed bag. My ex had a cute button nose and I would always boop it with my finger. I guess actions speak louder than words, because one time I couldn't resist but to give her a love bite, but it really hurt her. She was pissed. I couldn't resist, it was a really cute nose. Kind of like having a puppy and have this irresistible urge to just hug them super tight because you love them so much. I'd caw. What the holy SHT? How your ass tastes like bubblegum. Smiley face. Your arse or asshole tastes of bubblegum? I feel a lot safer around you knowing you could snap my spine like a Pringle. Let's run away and get married. I said this when I was 15 and meant every word of it. Never said it out loud, but I remember my ex and I were cuddling and to me we just weren't close enough. I remember thinking I wish I could wear his skin, that'd be good enough, scared TF out of myself. Being love-struck does crazy things to us. I declared my love by saying, well, I kinda had got a crush on you, distressed face, right pointing finger, left pointing finger. I wasn't madly in love, but I did ask a girl I was interested in how her ass could sway so much while she walked without her spine breaking. She seemed to get a kick out of that and responded magic. We started dating not long after and the running joke for a while was that her ass was magic. I told her I would still fuck her if she was a flower, lol. Man. I told my then girlfriend, now wife, that it's quite cool that she doesn't need to floss as her teeth are so widely spaced. This was my kind of flirting. No idea how I was able to get this beautiful woman to love me. Yeah, no blood and brain is what my girl used to write it off as. Between the tumescence and pheromones, the electrical activity and the elevated blood pressure. Brain off, word salad on. That I'd even eat her shit if it came to that. Your nose is cute, sexy. My high school girlfriend broke her nose playing soccer as a kid, it held slightly off-center. Still have no idea why I thought it was super cute. She was fallen and I catched her by the neck before she touched the floor and then I said, "You dance, honey?" I could draw you with my eyes closed, but it'd be a shitty drawing because my eyes would be closed. That sounds like he didn't genuinely mean it tasted like bubblegum. But then, I had an ex who smelled like almonds when he came out of the shower. No, men say the weirdest shit when they're horny. Chick was head over heels for me and versa. I told her that if it's too easy, I don't want it. Basically I just cock-blocked myself. Oh well. Next. Told people she was crazy when actually I was crazy. She was so loving and kind. Can I have $20, Lamau? And here's the 69th comment shitpost. A guy told me that when I tripped and fell down like a klutz, I looked so adorable. I didn't understand. I dragged my balls through shattered glass just to smell one of your farts. That I liked your breath smell, now I realized it just smelled bad. Lamau, I regret so much things. Can I swallow you and done with it? I wanna kiss her little button nose. You smell like a baby. And I hate babies. She was using Johnson's Baby BC. She's allergic to some kinds of soap. I meant to say, even though you smell like children's scent, despite I hate them, I still love you. This happened many years ago. So after 2 years of painful waiting, I pulled the cat out the bag and told my friend I was attracted to her. She was flattered and managed it well. She did her best to not make me uncomfortable, but she wasn't interested. We walked around campus and talked for an hour or so. I said, this is probably the best day ever for you. Proud of myself all around, and the rest of the semester felt way better. But sometimes I look back on this day and still cringe. Why would I say that? I still cannot explain. I said I wanted to be in the same body with her. It's been so long, I don't even remember. Probably me telling her I love her weirdness. I'm just really blushes about thinking how warm inside you are.